Hi everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at one of Becca's newest makeup collections. This is the Pearl Glow collection. It's actually supposed to be for summer 2019, but I feel like it didn't release until recently, so it's kind of late in the game for summer, but it is still really beautiful looking, so I wanted to be able to show it to you. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can purchase this and find these items if you're interested in buying them, as well as a link to Ebates so that if you do online shop, you can at least get some cash back on whatever orders you place. So if you're interested in looking at these new products in Becca's new collection, then stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel by hitting that red subscribe button. Follow Allura Beauty on Instagram. And make sure you check out the latest video if you missed that. That was for Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star's Conspiracy Collection, where I swatch all of the shades in real time for both the main palette and the mini controversy palette. All right, let's get looking at Becca's new Pearl Glow collection. So I purchased this collection through Nordstrom, but it is available either through Nordstrom or Becca's own website if you'd like to purchase. And actually the collection includes not only the eyeshadow palette that you see here and the highlighter that you see, but a set of lip tints. And I don't know if they released the lip tints after they released these two products because I don't remember seeing them on the website, but in any case, in this video, we will concentrate on the powder products. And before we look at the individual products, I do want to say that I really like the packaging even from the boxes. They have like an opalescent holographic shine to them. So let's start with the Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder. This retails for $40. And by the way, this collection is limited edition, so these products will not be around for very much longer. It says the next generation of highlight, a limited edition waterlight jellified glow powder that creates our most pure and pearlescent form of glow. Highlight the skin with glassy looking pure light reflecting pearls for a multi-dimensional luminous finish. The innovative lightweight formula applies and blends like a powder, but creates liquid-like glow on the skin. So that sounds pretty cool. Hopefully the actual application lives up to that description. Interestingly, when you go to the how to use instructions on Becca's website, all it says is apply pressed highlighter anywhere you want a luminous glow. It doesn't tell you whether it's best applied with a brush or with your fingers or any specific application. So we'll just see how it goes. But interestingly, it does mention that this can also be used as an eyeshadow. So I will definitely be looking at whether I think it applies well and is a nice color for the eyes too. You've got a snap closure with a mirror in the lid, not full-sized. And this is what the highlighter looks like. Kind of, it's raised in the middle, looks kind of like a nipple, but that's the design. And the shade is called Pure Pearl. So let's go ahead and first try swatching with a brush. This brush that I'm using is from Kaleidos, and it's the H1 brush. This shade is described as a delicate pink pearl. Probably can't detect it on camera. I'll show you up close in a second, but it is really very pretty. It's a very refined shimmer, and it's not gaudy at all. It's a nice natural but noticeable layer of shimmer. Okay, so if you wanted a more natural look, this would be a very nice highlighter. Let's go ahead and layer it up with a second layer, see how it builds. You can definitely build it up. More of that kind of silver soft pink shade shows through, but this is going to be a shade that matches very well with lots of different skin colors. All right, so there's your very pretty highlighter. Let's go ahead and apply with an eyeshadow brush. This is the C brush from e.l.f. Now I'm not applying this over any sort of primer, so just keep that in mind. Stays still pretty soft in terms of color, pigmentation, and lastly, let's do a finger swatch. Good, put this on the lid by dabbing with your finger. All right, so there's your highlighter with 3 different application methods. Next up is the Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye Palette. This retails for $58. Becca says, our brand new innovation in eyeshadow featuring the ultra luxurious pearlescent formula's unique jellified texture that feels water-light on the lid. It blends and builds like a powder with the mirror-like shine of a liquid eyeshadow. The luminous formula's luxuriously lightweight and creamy texture creates a soft, radiant finish that brightens the eye. The matte formula delivers pure color with a smooth finish. And for use, it says apply and blend onto lids with your favorite brush or fingers. And that the pearlescent and luminous shades can be applied sheer for a glowing effect or layered for a dramatic shine. So I'm gonna guess that on first application, these will be more sheer, and we'll build and layer them to see how much they build up. So here is what the palette looks like. Again, kind of an opalescent pearl packaging there, and very pale lilac coloring on the rest of the palette. Another snap closure opens up. You get a full-size mirror inside, and then you get 3 rows of 4 shades for a total of 12 colors. And interestingly, you have your middle 2 rows with this raised dotted design. So I'm thinking that that's the pearlescent luminous formula there. Now, as always, I apply these with an eyeshadow brush, and I do that over 1 layer of eyeshadow primer. And I think you can already see these top 2 shades there look like they have a bit of duochrome to them, so hopefully that comes across in the swatches. All right, so the first shade is Lilac Pearl. This is described as a luminous lavender infused with lilac pearls. You can see it goes on pretty sheer. So layer that up. It does build up when you layer it. Shade 2 is Freshwater, described as a delicate pearlescent blue infused with diamond-like shimmer. Just be patient with these brush swatches. I'm gonna do finger swatches in just a second. Build it up with layer 2. Ooh, it's very pretty. Sheer, but very pretty. 3 is Iridescent Aura. This is a pearlescent soft pink infused with shimmering pink pearls. The shimmer on this shade is, or the glitter particles are much larger. It's still super pretty. That one I don't think you necessarily need to build up, but for consistency's sake, let's do a second layer. Very pretty. Shade 4 is Warm Sands, which is a luminous sandy taupe. That one I don't think we need to layer. It's a pretty good color on that one. Next up is Tahitian. And this is described as a moody luminous blue infused with lavender pearls. Again, nice color on this one too. Add a little more just to see how much it builds up in terms of pigmentation and color. Get a little more depth there. Next shade is Oyster. A pearlescent silver infused with white gold pearls. Wow, that is really pretty. I'm going to bet you don't see it on the camera, but there's like a gray taupey pink quality to it. The shimmer is pinky while the base is like a soft taupe. Let's apply another layer, see what we get. Yeah, more dimensional than it looks in the pan. Next shade is Sunlight, described as a pearlescent white gold infused with golden pearls. I know these are coming off kind of on the sheer side, but these are very, very pretty shimmering shades. Layering that up. Next up is Pink Pearl, a luminous pinky gold infused with rose gold pearls. Again, I don't think you really need to build this color up, but we will. So pretty. Once more dimensional on the skin than it looks in the pan. You get this silvery sheen, contrasted by the pink background. Next up is Exotic Black Pearl, described as a dramatic matte black. Wow, this is really interesting. Obviously you can't tell, but the feel while swatching is it does have like a creamy feel to it as it goes across the skin, but it looks like a powder. Next up is Pacific. Running out of room here. This is a pearlescent deep indigo with silver pearls. And if you see the swatches getting like a little bumpy like this, just realize that most of that is because of the tendons that I have closer to my wrists there. It's not the formula of the shadow. Again, super pretty. More dimensional on the skin than what it looks like in the pan. You get this deep purple in the background, contrasted by silver shimmer. Add a little more powder. Very, very beautiful. Followed by Cove, a pearlescent chocolate infused with golden pearls. And last is Coconut Shell, described as a luxurious matte brown. Again, this kind of bumps that you see, not the formula, it's from where the swatch is being placed. This has such a creamy feel as it's going across the skin. Alright, so there are your 12 shades from the eyeshadow palette with a dry brush application. I love the feeling of these mattes in this palette. Don't know that I've really felt that kind of formula before, and the shimmers are all really pretty. I know that the first couple swatched sheer, but they are very pretty on the skin. So here's a look up close. The finishes, the shimmer, color, and the texture. All right, let's go ahead and do finger swatches of the shimmery shades. So we've got Lilac Pearl, still pretty sheer. Freshwater, ooh, very pretty. Iridescent Aura, also super pretty. Let's see if Lilac Pearl will layer. Yeah, I think it's just a soft shade sheer. It's just the way it is. All right, then Warm Sands, Tahitian, and Oyster. Really nice application, finger application. And Sunlight, Pink Pearl, Pacific, and Cove. Oh, wow. All right, so very beautiful. That last shade is like kind of almost not a metallic or shimmery shade, so Probably want to use a brush with that one, but all the rest of these. Great with finger application. Alright, there's Becca's Pearl Glow collection. I feel like this will be a very underrated, kind of overlooked collection, and I really like both of these products. That highlighter is super, super flexible in terms of how sheer, it's still very natural looking even when you build it up. The color is very flexible in terms of matching it with skin types, skin tones, and makeup looks. And then the eyeshadow palette, I know on camera most people are going to say, oh, it just looks sheer, it doesn't, but you know, not everything, not all kind of makeup has to be super pigmented, super bright colors. This is the kind of palette that will, consistent with it being a summer collection, but of course you can use it anytime, but consistent with that summer feel, it is very glowy, very shimmery, just really pretty, and it works, the formulas work really nicely on the skin. You do only get 2 matte shades, and one of them is a dark black and the other one is that dark brown color. So really that's my biggest criticism, is I would have liked at least one more kind of lighter neutral shade to put through the crease. I think that would have completed and balanced that palette, but otherwise, and of course the very first shade, Lilac Pearl, it's not very impressive in terms of formula, but everything else is super luminescent and beautiful. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Were you thinking about picking any of these items up, and after seeing this video, have you maybe reconsidered? And of course, any other thoughts that you have. I hope that this video was interesting and fun for you to watch, and please give it a thumbs up if you have a couple seconds. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and I'll see you in the next one.